Just going to make sure that's dry and stuck. So we'll just give that a little blast with the heat gun again. I'm just going to wipe my hands because that stuff is super sticky. We don't need to completely dry that, we're just making sure that's stuck down. So I've left the edges up a little bit. You could then go in with some ink around these edges. Ink pad, or if you've got ink bottles, either's fine. And we'll use a different one here. So I'm just going along these white parts and adding some ink there. I'm not being too exact because it doesn't matter. Whoops, that doesn't matter either because I'm going to do some of that in a bit anyway. Hi Fiona. So if you're just joining us, we're doing an altered embroidery hoop. So far I've put some gesso on the background and I've just stuck some rough bits of paper on there and pop some ink around the edges. Okay, next what I'm going to do is take a stencil. If you've got a smaller one, it's a bit easier to work with, but anything's fine. And we're going to go in the background here. And I'm going to do this with some modelling paste. The paste and things that I'm using are from Prima, but you can use any at all that you have. It's absolutely fine. And this is why it's important that the fabric's quite tight. When you start doing things like this, you'll find it quite difficult to get that where you want it. So always say, just like imagine you're buttering toast, don't be jabbing it, and don't lift too much back off. So we're going to pull that away, and we can see we've got a really nice thick texture there, so that looks great. So I'm just going to give this a quick wipe with a baby wipe. If you've got delicate parts on your stencils, do be careful. This one's not, and it's quite thick, so I can be a bit more brutal with it. And later on I will just wash that properly in some warm soapy water, that's all. You can probably get solutions, but that's all I use. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and dry that now. Oops. If you haven't seen the kit yet, there are some videos on the page and group, Thompson Craft Supplies. The website is thompsoncraftsupplies.co.uk, where you can purchase the kit now. It's £25 and £3.95 delivery, for which you can add any more items you want. The kit can be found in the kit section on the website. We've got lots of items on there. We've got a huge sale section at the minute. Stamps, dies, Christmas, Halloween, all sorts of bits in there. Big paper packs, bit of a mixture of everything. So go and have a look at that. We've sold out of the first kit now. We have got some spring, Valentine's and vintage kits still available if you wanted to get those. We've got lots of other mixed media supplies as well. And we should have some new stock coming this week, I hope. And also the bits for our March kit, which will be a nautical theme. So if you think the first two haven't been for you, I'm sure there will be one for you soon. Now I'm purposely making this puff up because I want that texture. But you don't need to do that, just keep moving it around. Okay. Let's check. So I'm going to just pat over that, pat those little puffy bits down. That's why if you don't want that, you don't want to hold it too close because then you get these little air pockets. But I wanted to do that, so that's fine. Okay, so we're going to have some ink sprays now, I think. So I'll go in with my favourite, Gold Hiding. Does need a good shake. So I'm just moving this around. And we're going to add some other colours. Once it starts to get very wet, do give that a quick dry because your colours will just blend into a yucky brown colour, especially if you're using purple. And you can tap the colours off again with baby wipe or kitchen roll. And we're going to keep going and building some layers here. I'm also going to add some to these parts. I'm trying to get it to come out really light. And let's get some brighter colours in here now. So this is Dylusion's Bubblegum Pink. That was a Kaisercraft one, Blackberry. If you don't want loads of the colour, you can just take the spray off and just tap. And I really like this colour, Rose Quartz Dylusions. This is a really nice, it's sort of pinky purple colour. It looks a bit brighter on here, but it's got a purple undertone to it. I do remember if you're going to hang it, obviously that's going to be the top. I don't really mind where this goes on mine. But if you are going to hang it, that's quite important. You can see now where those little air pockets were, the nice little texture on them. else shall we have? What's this? This is Lindy's Belladonna Purple. This is quite a bold colour. So we're starting to build up some nice colour here now. And you can add some water if you want to manipulate this so it runs around a bit. If you want to get this dripping, just add some flecks of water. And get this moving around. So we're getting quite a nice background building up now. And I'm going to add some more Heidi just to bring some of that shine back. You can also keep these baby wipes as well. You can make flowers from them, use them in your journals. They're really handy. I recommend keeping them. We've got some really nice colours going on now. See that shimmer of the gold. I'm going to leave some bits white, I think. I actually quite like that contrast. Okay. Oops. Right, so how are we doing? So we've got a nice background going on now. So what shall we do next? So let's move some of this out of the way. I've got some metals here, really cheap to get hold of, and resin. If you had the first kit, you might have some left from that. So I'm going to tuck some in, and I'm going to use that same gel, the Heavy Body gel. Just use what you're comfortable with if you've got a favourite, but do make sure it's you know, going to stick. We want something nice and reliable. It doesn't look very nice, and it's actually quite smelly, this stuff, but it is very good stuff. And I prefer gels and things for this sort of stuff because they'll go in and fit into the shape of the item. You could give these a coat of gesso as well if you wanted to then colour them. That gesso will then allow inks, etc. to stick. Oh, I'm being naughty here because I'm getting ink in my gel, which I don't want to do that really. So I might just roughly with my finger just going to add a little bit of gesso to some of the metal. And we'll give that a quick blast. And now that means we can now colour that metal with some ink as well. So what shall we do? Let's use this. This is a Hot Patootie Hot Pink. This is a Lindy spray. And we'll go with that rose quartz one again. Should be enough, and we'll just move that around a bit. Okay. It's starting to look quite nice. So we've got the colour on the metals there. And I think I'll just add a bit of the gold again for some contrast. Okay. Oops. So we've got some metals, some stenciling. Okay. Next we're going to start building up some layers now, because it's very flat at the moment. So let's have a look. So we've got, there's a lot of fabric in the kit, not this one, but there's loads of different fabrics in there. So let's use some of that. So we've got some cheesecloth. And you can colour this